Hey everyone, today it's going to be the Oz and Theodora cupcake. So here's a picture of Frank Oz Diggs. Start off by making the cupcake base and the cupcake top using tan clay. Once you've made that, go ahead and texture it with a toothbrush or sandpaper. You can look at the materials listed in the description bar. So once you've textured the top of your cupcake, take some chalk pastels and dust it lightly. I'm using a earth tone yellow mustard color and some light brown to give it that baked effect. To make the top hat, 2 pieces of black clay, roll it into a ball, press or flatten the smaller piece of black clay, and that will be the brim of the top hat. Set that aside and roll the larger piece into a log. Flatten it just a little bit so you have an even surface. Once you've determined the appropriate size of the top hat, place that on the brim, and you can use TLS if you want to secure it. And then what you'll want to do is take the brim on the sides and then curl it up slightly. That secures the top hat and gives it the effect of a top hat. Then once you've done that, take some more black clay, roll it into a snake, cut it in half so you have 2 even pieces, and then roll that. And what you're going to do is make a bow tie. In order to do that, pinch one side and then push the other side, and then continue doing that while you flatten it. So you're essentially making a triangular piece. You're going to make 2 of those pieces, and here is the top layer, or bottom layer I should say, of your bow tie. So then take 2 smaller pieces and repeat this step, making the top of the bow tie, so they're the smaller triangles. Try to smooth it out so that you don't have any fingerprints like I do. And then set those aside, and those are your bow ties. And you can actually use a tool and make some marks in it like I did as well, but again, remember to get rid of those fingerprints. Okay, to start with the Theodora hat, take some red clay. I used red glitter clay, a smaller piece and a larger piece. Flatten the larger piece. This is going to be the brim of Theodora's hat. And use the appropriate side of a clay stamp if that's what you're going to use. And you're going to make this a little thinner than the top hat. And then take the smaller piece of clay, and you're actually going to roll it into a thicker log, and then you'll press that down as well. Basically, you're going to be repeating the steps of that top hat, but you're going to flatten it till it's much smaller. Now to make the folds in the hat, I just rolled out the red clay to a very thin piece on my clay machine, and then I proceeded to trim it down. And then what you'll do is wrap that around the hat structure itself, and again, this acts as the folds around the hat of Theodora, and you can obviously make it neater than I did. And then trim down the excess pieces of clay. Once that's done, just place that on the brim of Theodora's hat, roll out a thin piece of red clay again, and then this is going to be the, I don't know what it's called, but this is part of the top hat. You'll see in the picture if you look back again, but this is what it looks like. And then what you'll do is begin to manipulate the brim of the hat so that it looks similar to how Theodora's hat looks. And as you can see, I'm just manipulating it, looking at an image. And then once everything's baked, go ahead and pipe it with your silicone. And again, I used 100% silicone. It dries shiny and it dries flexible. And I just like the look of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I like the smell of it as well. So once you've piped it on, go ahead and place the baked hat on your cupcake. So there's the Frank Oz. And here is the Theodora cupcake. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Tomorrow is going to be surprise, so it's Sunday, so a throwback to Wizard of Oz. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.